Hello. It's good to see everybody. I want to welcome the new members. And as usual, I'm fiddling with my hair. I want to welcome the new members. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. And if you want to become a member, the link is at the top of the chat. It's also in my About section of the channel. And I want to thank everyone who's been so generous and who's joining memberships. And hell, I'm just grateful that all of you show up in chat. Thank you. And that you're such nice chatters. I appreciate it. So today we're going to be taking a look at restocking videos, which, it doesn't sound that interesting, does it? It's like, who cares about people putting things in the fridge or in the laundry room or the bathroom or whatever? But I promise you that there's something very, very compelling and interesting about these videos. And I was first turned on to them by, it was either Karsten or Robert Welsh who pointed me in the direction of these videos. And I thought, why would I be interested in this content? But then I started watching them. And the more I watched, the more intrigued I became by the structure of the videos and how unbelievably popular they are. We are talking videos with millions and millions and millions of views. And so I started to do a little digging to figure out why these videos are so popular. What is it about this content that is so appealing to so many people? And I thought, it can't be because everybody is a neat freak. All those millions of people are neat freaks, so they've all got OCD or something. No, there's something deeper that goes into it. But before, hi Sherry, but before we get into that, I want to start off with a totally different topic. It's a subject and a situation that's been brewing for well over a year, and it's gotten completely out of control and out of hand. And it involves a young woman living in Florida named Aaliyah Alexander. Aaliyah Alexander was accused of being a Kiwi farmer called Strawberry Douche. Thank you, Sherry, for becoming a member. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much and welcome. Thank you. Aaliyah Alexander was accused of being Strawberry Douche by a content creator called Elaine, who has her own history. And there was certain evidence that I thought was pretty convincing, because there was a lot of stuff that I did not know back then. It did strike me as odd that this Aaliyah Alexander girl was very vocal about the trans community and support trans kids and all this kind of stuff. But the Strawberry Douche on Kiwi farms is a TERF. So I thought that didn't make sense, and that was a little bit weird. But the most compelling evidence that was presented was that this Aaliyah Alexander girl had an email address that included Strawberry Douche in it. And so I thought to myself, what are the odds? Like, how common could this be? And it seemed to make sense. And it was around the time that there was a Kiwi Farms data breach. And so I thought, okay, well, maybe they picked it up off of there. And maybe that's where the information came from. I've come to find out certain things. First of all, an actual real-life friend of Aaliyah Alexander's naively tried to reason with the cabal that has been trying to make Aaliyah Alexander's life a living hell. Aaliyah Alexander has been swatted. Sam Telfer contacted her sister. She's been doxxed 1,000 times. She's gotten tons of phone calls. And all because these people are convinced that she is Strawberry Douche, that they're the same person. There was a nude picture of some other girl with Aaliyah's head superimposed on that girl's body. And, people tagged the name and said that it was her. The campaign has been relentless. And it's coming from the support bodega. So I read through the appeal that Aaliyah Alexander, the person purporting to be Aaliyah Alexander's real life friend, posted on Twitter and also has started posting on kiwi farms. And I wanted to show you guys some things. AK has been insisting that Aaliyah Alexander is about to go to jail, that all of Kiwi Farms is about to go to jail. She's been making a lot of wild claims. All right. Now, it is true that Strawberry Douche on Kiwi Farms has had a lot to say about the people in the support bodega. There's no question. But is it a fact that Aaliyah Alexander and Strawberry Douche are the same person? No, they're not. They're not the same person. And so I thought, okay, but why is it that the Aaliyah Alexander lady also was using an illustration of a strawberry with teeth in its mouth and the tongue out? And I started poking around and doing a little bit of research. I found some stuff. Okay. I wanted to show you something that I found. Where is it? Here it is. I want to show you guys a TikTok video called I Made a Bunch of Realistic Mario Monsters Part 3. It's from the Mario video game. And you have to forgive me because I don't know anything about gaming, okay? And this is probably why that illustration of the strawberry that Strawberry Douche uses in her profile escaped me because it didn't ring a bell. I didn't know where it had come from, and I thought that it was a piece of original artwork. And then look at what I found. Okay, hang on. I found this TikTok. And it's very clever. And for anybody who likes crafting, you know, whether or not you like, whether or not you, you know, you're into video games or whatever, I think that you'll enjoy this because it's actually very well done. So let's take a look at this.
A month back when I made a flame-throwing T-Rex sculpture, and it works wonders for adding some gnarly texture to my flower. Finally, a little extra surface detail can be added by scoring lines and creases across the surface with a silicone shaper till you're left with something that's a tad more testicular than I had originally intended. All that's left to add to the outside then are the little white dots, which I'm making by squishing various sizes of white balls onto the red and then blending them in haphazardly, leaving me with white spots that look a little bit more like plant tumors than natural growths. Finally, the teeth will go in much like they did with Boo, getting pressed into place around the gum line just behind the lips. Now to help line them up, I poked a set of tiny holes with my
Is this
ball
starting to look
stylus
familiar?
and pressed the teeth into place using a little bacon bond. I'll make him a nice big tongue by rolling out a teardrop wormy dealy, separating the sections, then adding all kinds of gnarly texture by working my way through a series of progressively larger ball styluses and silicone shapers. This then gets pressed into place and I can start building up all the green bits. I'll first coat the wire with a long worm of green clay and then blend that into the top of the armature and the tip of the flower. To make some leaves, I've rolled out a thin layer of clay onto a thick plastic to make it easier to remove, and then I'll cut out some vaguely leaf-shaped shapes. These get attached around the base of the stem to help build up the bottom a bit more, and then I can get to work making some vines.
Look at that.
I'll make the vines by rolling out a couple fat wormy dealies, then cutting segmented grooves along all our leaves to help spruce up the
You can go forward a little bit.
The tongue, teeth, and
What does that look like? Have you seen this before? Have you seen this image before? It's from Mario. It's from the Mario game. It's a Mario monster. That's where the image comes from. So the image that I thought was an original piece of artwork is actually from a video game. And I did not know that because I've never played Mario and I don't know anything about the Mario characters. How about this? Do you guys recognize this? This was posted 4 years ago. 4 years ago, this was posted on Reddit. And it says, the level of detail on this brooch pendant is mind-blowing. Where have we seen this before? 4 years ago. So no, the artwork that we're seeing, the PFP that Strawberry Douche uses, is not original artwork. I don't know if she's using this image or if it's just a, reversioning of this image. But you may wonder, well, what is the point? Well, the point is that Aaliyah Alexander apparently had that Strawberry Douche email address 20 years ago. And the Strawberry Douche on Kiwi Farms is not Aaliyah Alexander. Now, I know that all of this is circumstantial and that you may still believe that Aaliyah Alexander and Strawberry Douche are the same person. All that I can tell you is that they're not. The artwork was readily available online for any fan of Mario. It was available on Reddit. It's been available for years. And Strawberry Douche, Negs told me this morning, which I did not know, he said that he first heard it on the Blue Collar Comedy Tour because it came from a joke that was made by Larry the Cable Guy when he was talking about a vehicle that I think Jeff Gordon might be driving. When he was talking about, like, potentially unmasculine, not macho names for racing vehicles, and one of them was the Strawberry Douche. And the Blue Collar Comedy Tour took place years ago. So I thought Strawberry Douche, again, was an original name. It was just two random words that had been butted together. And that, therefore, of course, why would two people identify or use identifiers reading or saying Strawberry Douche, and why would two different people use that strawberry with the teeth and the tongue? Well, now you know why. Strawberry Douche is not an original, weird, random combination of words. It was actually part of the Blue Collar Comedy Tour. Now, whether Strawberry Douche and Aaliyah Alexander got their idea from that Blue Collar Comedy Tour, I have no idea, but apparently it's a very, very well-known punchline to a joke that's been around for years, and that image is not original. It was not an original artwork. Again, it's from Mario. This girl, Aaliyah Alexander, has been put through hell, through absolute fucking hell, dragged to hell and back. And my little bit of, I guess you could call this my bit of penance based on any involvement that I had in spreading that lie on my Rumble channel. This is my way of trying in some way to make up for it. Because, I mean, I've never contacted her. I never contacted her job, her family. I never ever had communication with Aaliyah Alexander. I didn't take it that far. I never would. But other people have. And so I am extremely sorry for any part that I played, no matter how small, in trying to connect Aaliyah Alexander to a Kiwi Farms account that is not hers. So I wish somebody had told me all this about Mario and everything, because I genuinely had no idea. But anyway, all right. Exactly. And the thing is that we all heard that voice when Strawberry Douche did the weather report on Belinda's Hater Nation News Network channel. We all heard it. Mm-hmm. Yep. And again, remember that I have never spoken to Strawberry Douche. I have never communicated with Strawberry Douche privately. I can already hear the conspiracy theories floating around that she and I cooked this up together and that she gave me marching orders. No, No, I read what was on the farms that was posted by Aaliyah Alexander's friend in real life, and it was awful. I had no idea that, well, I knew that there was a swatting. I knew that. And if you listen to the phone call that went into the police, it was obvious that somebody had pre recorded a few key phrases and they were playing them to the 911 operator. Maybe that's where AK got the idea of saying that the phone call that went in to the Connersville emergency services was AI. I don't think that what they did with that swatting phone call, there was a woman who called in claiming that her boyfriend was dead or something like that. It would have resulted in a disaster. And I believe that Aaliyah was taken into the police station to be questioned about it. But it has been a year-long campaign of harassment and terror. And from my understanding, from what her real life friend says, she has filed reports with the FBI and with local law enforcement. And like I said, Sam reached out to Aaliyah's sister because you know how Sam loves contacting people's family members. So it is horrendous. It's horrendous. And I don't know what's going to come of these police investigations. We'll see. But so I thought that I'd, fill you in on that bit of info. All right, so on to restocking. So I decided to do some reading about these restocking videos because I know that I enjoy watching them in limited doses. I can't watch them for hours at a time, and I don't watch them every day. But when they do cross the transom, I am somewhat curious. And there are a lot of explanations for why people watch them. One is that human beings our brains are wired to be pattern seeking. We don't like randomness. We don't like chaos. That's one of the reasons why conspiracy theories are so popular, to try to make sense out of events that make no sense at all. Sort of trying to make grand unifying theories to explain 9/11. And it is the 9/11 anniversary today. So, yeah. Or any terrible event that makes no sense because we can't understand how people could do such a thing. Or we want to understand things in a way that makes sense. And so looking at a refrigerator that's chaotic and disorganized and then show a disembodied individual, just a pair of hands, cleaning it and organizing it and making it so neat and tidy and pristine with everything in its proper place is very soothing to us. There's kind of like a therapeutic element, even if we're not the ones doing the cleaning, even if we're not the ones doing the organizing or maintaining that level of order, whether it is in our ice trays, our freezer, our refrigerator, our laundry room, our guest bathroom. There's a certain sense of comfort in watching it. There's also an ASMR component, and the ASMR aspect of these videos is played up very, very heavily. And I saw somebody leave a comment under one of these videos that I thought was very interesting, which is this woman commented that she had grown up poor, and watching people with that much food in the refrigerator and that much stuff in such a beautiful, clean, organized space was like a fantasy for her. It was something that she wished that she had had growing up. And even though even now she can't hope to achieve that level of tidiness and of bounty in her life, she finds that watching it makes her feel satisfied in some way. Even if it's only visually, that there's a very satisfying element to it. So, okay. So let's get going. So there are several categories that I'm going to look at. We're not going to look at a lot because once you've seen some of these videos, you've seen them all pretty much. And some of them are a little bit sillier than others, but they fall into 4 categories. Laundry restocks, refrigerator restocks, guest bathroom restocks, and ice cube restocks. So let's see what we should start with. Okay, let's start with the guest bathroom restocks because these tend to make people very, very upset. And I think that when you see one of the or two of these videos, you'll understand why. So let's start with, where is it? Where is my guest bathroom restock? Okay, we've got snacks, ice drawer, guest bathroom. There it is. Sorry. All right. Okay, so this is how they usually start. You start with an empty drawer. You start with an empty drawer, and you start with these empty organizing trays, and then you fill them. So let's take a look. And you see how perfectly everything fits. You see everything is in its proper place. And, you know, having this overflowing, abundant guest bathroom drawer for a guest would probably be very impressive for them, right? Let's continue. Okay, this is where we start to get into the silly territory, because so far everything that we've seen can be purchased in the travel size section of Walmart or CVS or Walgreens. Okay, no big deal. Those little Listerine bottles, you can buy them for not that much money. Why you need so many is an open question, but now we're getting into Olaplex, we're getting into very expensive hair care products, and these little travel size Olaplexes cost a lot of money, sometimes as much as a full-size bottle of shampoo at the drugstore. Masks, masks, masks. Okay, painkiller. Got it. Okay, now, and again, now, see, we have these high-end products. We have these little sample sizes of Brazilian Bum Bum Cream. So we've got Olaplex and we've got Brazilian Bum Bum Cream. What else could they possibly be putting in that drawer? Oh, look, it's Drunk Elephant. And yet again, these are probably the free samples that you can pick up at Sephora. But not this, but these things here, you can probably pick them up on your birthday, or they're like the 100-point or 250 bonus point giveaways and stuff. But it's Drunk Elephant. It's a very expensive, very high-end skincare brand. Okay, I am not going to hate on that drawer. That is a beautifully organized drawer. It's very, very lovely. Very, very lovely. And I don't think that it's going to come as a surprise to any single person watching this, that of course, beyond just the monetization from the millions of views on TikTok, obviously these videos are made to make money. And one of the things that goes on in these videos that is very, very sneaky is all the hidden sponsored products that they put in the video. We have no way of knowing which of these products were sponsored, which were sent by the company, what the TikToker is getting paid to show. But if nothing else, they're certainly selling these organizing drawers, these little organizing thingies, right? These plastic organizers. And some of them are actually honest. What they will do is that they will say at the top of the video, you know, product purchase links in bio, where you can buy these things, the jars, the plastic containers, the organizers, and so on. And I have to say that as somebody who I myself am not an organized person. I am one of these people who has a linen closet in the bathroom. We all do. That is not, I mean, it's been organized, but it could be better organized. And sure, if I had a drawer underneath the sink, I think that it would be very nice to be able to have something so lovely. But in a guest bathroom, it is actually a kind of an overdone display of wealth and excess. No sane person has a guest bathroom that looks like this. This is preposterous. What kind of a guest comes over to your home without toiletries, without their own toothbrush and their little toothpastes and so on? This is absurd. I mean, this, in some ways, this reminds me of if you stay in a hotel and they give you nice toiletries, and you see the maid's cart on the outside or in the hallway, and they're going from room to room cleaning, and you see the stacks and stacks and stacks of body wash and little tiny bottles of shampoo and the little soaps and everything. That's what this reminds me of, except it's on a totally different level. Again, this is done to show off. This is not a realistic way that people live. This is not a realistic bathroom. All right. However, in this case, you can say, well, I guess that, yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. See, that's the thing. As I get older, I try to go minimalist as much as possible. I try to declutter as much as I can. I try to not assemble and I don't do the Sephora sales the way I used to, and when I get to the checkout, if I buy something, I usually don't get samples and I don't cash in my points, because then I end up with like 100 little samples of something and I usually don't even use them. So what's the point? And sure, there is an allure to getting something for free, but at the same time, this is all, it's conspicuous consumption, isn't it? I mean, how many people stash their guest bathroom with Drunk Elephant and Olaplex? It's absurd, isn't it? All right, so that's the guest bathroom, and that's actually my favorite one, only because of the products that are in those little organizers. Now, let's take a look at the bizarre, strange world of the ice drawer restock. You may think, ice drawer restock, what the hell are you talking about? Ice is ice. Many of us have that knob that you push on the door and the ice cubes come out, and you put them in your drink and they chill them. I mean, isn't that what ice cubes are for? Not in restock talk. That's what I call it. Restock talk. No. Again, they're all opportunities to sell products. They're all opportunities to display a kind of unrealistic dream lifestyle, wealth, showing off that you have so much space in your kitchen, that you have enough space for all these ice cube drawers or ice cube trays. And they're very, very charming. I mean, they're a great way to display your creativity, but how many people are actually going to use these ice cubes? So let's take a look. All right, so we start off with these trays. Very fancy ice cubes with fruit in them. My question is, what would you use this for? Maybe sangria? I'm not sure, but it seems a little bit much, right? I mean, for a refreshing, fruity summer drink, sure, but who's got this time? Who's got this kind of time, right? These beautiful rosette ice cubes. And again, my favorite comment about the ice tray and the ice cube restocking videos is, I never thought that looking at ice could make me feel poor. But again, it's the show off element of it, that your freezer is so huge that you have this much room to store that many ice cubes. It's ludicrous. It's all showbiz, right? It's preposterous. And these videos are made to sell those ice trays, and I'm sure that whoever it is that uploaded this video probably sold a fair number of ice trays. Let's continue. Oh, babies. Good puppies. The perfectly aligned, perfectly lined up trays with these beautiful, aesthetically pleasing ice cubes. They're beautiful. Look at those rosettes. They're too pretty to put in a drink. Anyway, I think that you get the point. And I don't know what it is. I mean, all of these videos are, I think they're ridiculous. Okay? They are absolutely ridiculous. But for some reason, I cannot stop watching them. The ice cube ones, not so much, because they tend to use the same type of molds, and so they produce the same kind of ice cubes, and then they start copying each other, and they use the same fruit juice to make the ice cubes. But then you end up with this entire plastic tray full of cranberry juice ice cubes, and you think, okay, well, what could you use them for? Well, you film them, and then I'm guessing you probably drink some cranberry juice, throw some cubes in, and throw the rest away. Why would you need that many? You know? But you're not supposed to ask too many questions when you're watching these sorts of videos. You're not. All right, so let's get on to the really crazy ones. We're talking snacks, and we're talking laundry. The laundry ones, I don't know why. I am just absolutely transfixed by the laundry ones. So let's see what we can pull up here. Okay. Hang on. All right, let's take a look at wait, what is this? Oh, snacks. Okay. All right, this is the snack restocking. Now, here you've got all these little itty bitty holders, right? So let's take a look at what this person does. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. Sometimes I wonder about myself. All right. I did not bring that up. You have to take that extra step, and sometimes I forget. I apologize for that. All right, let's take a look. Okay, and one of the things that people point out about these snack restocks and these fridge restocks is when you take these little plastic bags of treats, or you take a container of, let's say, ketchup, and you empty the snacks into another container. You still have a lot of snacks left over in the bag. So what do you do with the bag? Do you store the bag? Do you have so much space in your home? Thank you, Dee. Thank you, Dee. Do you have so much space in your kitchen that you have room to store all these half-empty candy bags so that you can put the aesthetically pleasing stored snacks in a drawer? And do you have so much drawer space that you can afford to give up that much space just to snacks and candy and that kind of thing? You see, there's a lot to read into these videos. There's a lot. And there's a certain satisfaction in watching them, watching somebody with such a clean and neat and organized space. But there's also an element of envy, like, oh my God, I wish I had a fridge that big. I wish I had a freezer that big. I wish I had that much storage. I wish I had a kitchen with this many drawers and this many shelving areas and this much room. Like, I know that it bothers people with OCD when they see somebody squeezing a bottle of ketchup into a glass jar and storing it in the fridge. And they're like, yeah, but you've got like a quarter left of the bottle. Where do you put that? You know, what's that all about? And there's also a genre of these videos. You see that all of these containers are being filled to the brim. There's a whole subgenre of people who will only fill them 3/4 of the way up. And there are people who prefer to watch the videos where the containers are not filled all the way up and leave a little bit of space at the top. I'm telling you, it's almost like a weird fetish that people get off on watching this kind of thing, and I just think it's fascinating. I don't know why. It just really intrigues me. Hello, my love. Thank you so much for gifting 5 subs. Thank you. 5 memberships, my love. Thank you. Look at these tiny... Okay, this is amazing. Amazing. And when I watch this kind of thing, this kind of fridge restock, I think of I think of that comment that I saw under one of the videos where the girl said, I grew up poor and I like watching people with refrigerators that are just like bursting with food, with food that I would want to eat. And it's all where you can clearly see it. Anybody can grab whatever they want. And basically the message was, I wish that I had grown up with that. I wish I had grown up with this plenty, in my home, and I never did. So this is like fulfilling a fantasy of what she wishes her childhood had been like. As for me, I mean, when I watch this, I'm alternately fascinated and repulsed by it, and a little bit salty because I think to myself, will I ever get to the point where I'm this organized? And the answer is absolutely no. There's no way that I'm ever going to be able to maintain this level of organization in my fridge, my laundry room, or anywhere else. And I love these little containers. I do. I love them. Look at that. And look at the way everything fits perfectly. Perfectly. Everything is measured precisely. And there is something very, very satisfying about it. And I don't even have OCD. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap up with the laundry restocks, because these to me are fucking crazy, okay? When I go to the laundry room, and the laundry room in this house is the basement, it's got a washer and a dryer, it's got detergent and other things. Very, very simple, okay? Very simple. The laundry detergent sits on the dryer. You open up the thing of the washer, you put the clothes in, you throw the pods in, you wash, you remove, you put it in the dryer, it's over. I know where everything is. I know where it is, and it's where I can reach it, and I get it, right? Now, I had to make the incredibly embarrassing admission in a recent stream that I had never heard of scent boosters. I didn't know what they were until I saw them in these videos. And I thought, holy shit, what am I doing? I mean, these people in these laundry restocks are using like 10 products to clean their clothes. I am laundrying wrong. And then I went downstairs to the basement and I saw that there was a little sample packet of scent booster sitting on the dryer. It's probably been sitting there for a year. And I had no idea. So I think that the next time that I do my laundry, I'm going to empty that little packet in and I'm going to try them. Why not? And isn't that weird? I am not easily influenced by the things that I see on YouTube. I'm not. I don't fall for that old okey doke of what I see. But I'm telling you that when I saw the way that these scent boosters were being packed and organized, and the way that they were being presented almost like sand paintings in the jars, I thought, wow, they look pretty. You've got the pink ones and then a layer of pink and you've got a layer of purple and they're so pretty. And I thought, all right, I'm going to try them. And then I just happened to find a sample packet. So I'm going to give them a try. So go ahead and judge me. I had no idea that these things existed and I'm going to give it a try. Actually, I've got to go do a load of laundry now when I'm done streaming. All right, so let's watch the satisfying laundry restock. All right, laundry, restock, and refill, satisfying. And I have to admit, it is kind of satisfying, kinda. All right, here we go. And now we've got these huge jars with the spigots and the pumps and everything. Okay, and again, why are we transferring the laundry detergent from a big plastic bottle to a small glass jar? Whatever. I'll just go with it. Why did we dump those little beads out and we're putting these in? And you see, she's buying like these little itty bitty bottles of scent booster and dumping them all in. Why don't you just buy a bigger bottle and save some money? That was my first thought, because I'm a killjoy. I'm no fun. Let's continue. Wow. That is commitment. Okay, but if you're going to transfer all the detergent from the plastic bottle into the glass jar with the spigot, and you still have to keep the cap, then why are... Let me shut up. You see, they're not filled up all the way. And there are people who prefer it that way. They prefer to leave a space at the top. They prefer watching that. Items in bio. You see, she flashed that message. Items in bio. With the perfect labels stuck to the jars. Another perfect pour. Oh, these dryer balls. My dogs used to get a hold of those and chew them up. What is that? Okay, that's fabric softener. Okay, Downy, rinse and refresh. Never mind. Smush, smush, smush. Again, with the little itty bitty bottles that are being dumped into a big glass jar. Well, lovely. Okay, so now, what I know is that when I watch these videos, I'm pretty sufficiently ego-formed as an adult human being, but even I feel inadequate when I watch these videos. I think I really should go and I really should go clean the refrigerator, and then I think, nah, what's the point? It'll get messed up again, right? It's not as strong of an impulse that I have to straighten, clean, and organize as the one that I get when I watch Hoarders. Whenever I watch Hoarders, that is the magic pill. That is the secret ingredient to get me off my ass and cleaning everything. Used to work like a charm when I was in DC. I would watch a couple of episodes and I would start looking around, like my eyes would start darting around my apartment. And I'd say, oh, God damn it, time to get out the vacuum cleaner and the pledge and everything else. I need to start cleaning. This doesn't work in the same way. This works in a different way. It's very aspirational. You know, it's maybe if I bought all those little jars and those those containers with the spigots and the label maker and everything else, maybe then I would have this pristine, beautiful home like they do. And then I think, no, I wouldn't, because I wouldn't do this. It's too time consuming. It is too much. Why? Again, it's very wasteful. And that's one of the biggest criticisms of it, apart from the fact that it's ridiculous and unrealistic and it makes you spend money that you don't need to spend. I mean, forget the bathroom restock. That's absurd. That's just ludicrous, right? That's just content. But these things are doable. The question is, would you want to do them? Do you really want to have a huge jar with a spigot on it with laundry detergent that then you have to somehow, you put it on a shelf and you use the cap anyway, so what's the point of transferring it from one container to another? But it's very unwieldy and impractical, and it may look beautiful, and maybe if your house is being staged to be sold, it makes sense because then the house looks very inviting and upscale and lovely. But if you're just a regular person, even if you're a clean freak, even if you're somebody who really enjoys cleaning and you enjoy watching cleaning videos, I know I have some friends in chat right now who really love watching cleaning videos. Even then, even the most anal and organized among you, I think, would be a little bit reluctant to try and maintain this level of organization, right? And again, I cannot imagine taking up that much space in a freezer with ice cubes. It's absurd. Or taking up that much space in a refrigerator for snacks. It's crazy. I mean, maybe if you've got a lot of kids, but it seems like a lot, you know? It seems like a lot. What is Ann? Yeah, Anna. See, you know, you and Karsten are very much the same in this regard. And God bless you. I think that's great. But there's cleaning, and then there's cleaning. You know, then there's restock talk, and that's a whole different kettle of fish. But anyway, so now I think that you have a better understanding of how these videos trigger a very primal impulse in the brain, whether it's envy, what else? The desire to make order out of chaos, the sort of the aesthetically pleasing element of having so many beautiful color coordinated things one next to the other. Pretending that you can turn your house into like an architectural digest house by having a beautiful, pristine, gorgeous laundry room or a perfect refrigerator or whatever. But I don't know. I really enjoy watching them, even though I agree that that the ASMR component is a bit much. But some people like that ASMR stuff. I'm not one of them, but I'm just saying. Yeah, you see, and then there's this. Yes, it is too much. And I don't have ADD, and it's too much for me, but, and again, I wish I could remember how I stumbled across Restock Talk. I don't remember. I don't remember if it was Karsten or Robert Welsh who turned me on to this world of restocking. But anyway, I just thought that, I thought you guys might get a kick out of it because it was a whole new world for me. And I was so interested that I just wanted to be able to, yeah. Yeah, well, this is the thing, okay? There are properties in places like New York and Los Angeles where influencers can rent a beautiful apartment by the hour, and they can go in and they can lounge on the bed and pretend they're just waking up, that their morning routine involves these beautifully put together breakfasts, and they have these gorgeous bed linens and all these beautiful pillows and cushions and stuff, and they don't live there. There's at least one apartment that I've read about in New York that rents out by the hour so that people can go and they can take pictures for Instagram and they can film videos and stuff. And again, the thing that bothers me the most about these videos, and I do not fault anyone for finding a clever way to sell organizing anything, you know, the drawers, the dividers, the bottles, the cans, the containers, whatever. If you can find a way to sell them, great. Great. And if that's the way you sell them, then that's actually a brilliant marketing tactic. But if you are uploading these videos and you are not revealing what in the video you're being paid to show, like I remember at one point I was watching a commentary video about one of these restocking, the snack restocking video, and the content creator said, which item in the video do you think was sponsored? And I mean, I guessed that it was, you know, the trays, you know, the trays and the jars and stuff. No, it was one of the snacks. I think it was the Reese's that sponsored the entire video, and she hid that sponsorship by putting a wide variety of snacks into these jars so that nobody would ever guess. And I think that's sneaky. I mean, if Reese's or M&M's or, you know, Sour Patch, whatever, you know, any snack company is paying you to show these snacks or a snack, then why not just be honest about it? Just say so. I mean, probably nobody was even paying attention to the Reese's. Oh, it was in a Stanley Cup video, I remember. It was a Stanley Cup video where you could add on this tray on the top, and it had 4 compartments, 4 sections, and you could put different snacks in each compartment, and one of them was these little itty-bitty Reese's cups, and that was the sponsor in the Stanley Cup video. And Stanley Cup videos are a whole other mess, you know. Let me see if I can find one. I could have sworn that yes, I have one. Let's watch this insane fucking Stanley Cup video. Hang on. All right. I have to admit, I am baffled by Stanley Cups. I do not understand them. If I have to go out and I need to take water with me, my coldest water bottle works just fine. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's close out with this insane Stanley Cup video. All right, I know it's tiny, but let me see if I can make this bigger. No, apparently I can't. Okay. Okay, now this little mobile phone toaster thing, I have to admit that I was absolutely baffled by this thing. I had never seen it before I saw it in this video. And I thought, what the hell, what kind of a little thing is that? Apparently it sterilizes and cleans your phone. I mean, can't you just use, like, I don't know, Windex or something? I don't get it. I don't get it. It seems crazy to me. More, you know, useless junk, but go on. Look at that. Why would you need to put your rings in a separate holder and put them on a cup? If I was wearing nice rings and I wanted to store them somewhere, first of all, if they were nice and I worried about losing them, I wouldn't wear them out of the house, number one. But can you imagine you have like a ring holder that you hook to the handle of your Stanley Cup? Why? I don't understand. Like, this is so alien to me. It is foreign to me. It is alien to me. None of it makes sense. It is a waste of money. It is preposterous. Let's continue. Look at that. And perfume. My God, where are you going and how long are you going to be gone? That now you're basically like turning your Stanley Cup into a pack mule? What is going on here? This is a lot. And you know, Stanley Cups are heavy. And so you're going to weigh it down with all this crap? Okay, let's continue. But my God, perfume and the makeup and the ring holder and the freaking, I mean, your cell phone makes sense, but God damn it. So instead of taking a purse, you're just schlepping everything around with your Stanley Cup. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. I am so, you know what? I have had this coldest water bottle for a while. I have 2 of them. I take them to the store. One of them is my water, my ice water. And if I'm taking Bug to the store, the second bottle is his water with ice in it. And that's it. No phone toasters, no ring holders, you know, no snack drawers, no nothing. It's just, it's water with ice in it. It's water with ice. That's why I buy those things, is to keep water cold. And if I need to take more stuff, I take a purse. Anyway, all right, you guys. I appreciate all of you, and please do consider becoming a member. It's a good time over here. And once I reach 100 members, or we reach 100 members, because this is my channel and NEGZNN's channel, we'll do a members only stream. So once we get to 100, we're going to start kicking in the members perks and stuff. And we should have emojis. So if you want to chat and you're a member and you want to use the emojis, they're there for you. We've got Pebbles, we've got Bug, we've got me, and we've got Negs. And I'm going to be adding more also. So thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. It's great having you here. And tomorrow, I think I'm going to get back to the drums. I'm going to get back to roasting a bitch. Somebody I haven't really spoken about up until now, but somebody who really needs to be told about themselves. Somebody needs to get a reality check. All right. So I want to thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, and thanks for joining, and thanks for being here. And I will see you guys the next time. See you later.